welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, that is the thing. Oh, I just changed them here. This is inhabited.
Like, oh my god, we don't care about your sob story.
Andre, disconnect.
Wait, what? Wait, from the game?
Yeah, I was trying to make the game volume lower because it was really loud, and I was like, I can just barely make out what you guys say.
This is great so far. Start. The reason I stopped, I probably could have just played episode 1 of Borderlands, kept it in the same stream, but eh. It's because I went out with my sister to McDonald's to get episode 3. Who's prison be now? Now. Good. pick up where we left off. Disco Elysium. Alright. Past 2. Should have checked live. Now you'll never know why. Alright, I don't have stream chat in this one. Can I copy this? Copy. Paste. There we go. On and on and on. Don't make you wise. Oh. Disco Elysium.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
Yep.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation: we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation: don't even think you can drive my MC. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take the red tip pry bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Take the rubber hand chain.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Take the hand crank flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Pushing.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. Inside, you see a set of steering levers. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
You don't realize it doesn't want to change.
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Fellatio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right?
Street Freaks FM.
Oh, is that what it was called?
Right. You don't want to get into this, no?
Nothing to get into, really. But sure, let's focus on the important things.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone?
You know what? I think I might actually need a higher skill check to do that. To get like empathy or something. I'm gonna wait before we do that because we didn't unlock anything without doing it. But we always have the option.
inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, the frequency, the soft.
This is
Operating the radio is easy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
Just a second, officer.
Ten 2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, station 41. I got urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badges.
10-9, over.
Basically,
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieu, sir. Over.
no, the other one.
You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vitmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
The man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting with last.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Come on, right? Tell me so. This is serious.
He's asking you to stop. Says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vitmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. Over.
Uh-huh. Officer lost his badge. Haha. Like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vitmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Can't we just take it reported to be done?
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all please stop saying he lost his badge?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Enough with this now. We have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
I'm
Over.
not going to try this one
Check
again.
your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
I don't have
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun.
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it.
No, of course I didn't move my gun.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
No, I need a financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It's paramount to the investigation that you're clapping.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Please, I'm begging you. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vicmar said...
Who cares what this Vicmar said? Pull on their heartstrings.
I don't want to be here anymore. What do you hold? Please.
He said, it's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
No, I'm alright now.
Let us address them now, sir. Over.
10-10.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian. Simple. She may have reported a
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim. Can't give me Sylvia's number.
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
In that voice reach you standing. Sounds like civilians are eyes. Oh, this is the police call. I have some questions for you about your last days of work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Put your job at the work.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
So why? Well, I have it because my empathy.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57, of course. What is an... Received.
Yes.
Lieutenant,
Officer? Yes, hello? Oh, right. No, not me. What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought you... No one calls the police. You know, what the union says go.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union.
words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
What trouble?
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
I see. But what about it?
You do? Oh. What else can I do for you?
Do you know who made it?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Wait, why aren't you discussing it?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Get away from whom?
You know who.
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words.
You mean you? You mean you get away from me?
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay?
Okay. Did you leave because of God?
What? No, why would you even think that?
You told me he asked you out. You saying it didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of... I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
You see my back?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
My badge is missing.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Jim doesn't have a uniform. If he took it easy, where to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective.
Showed you my gun. When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and...
And what? What did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them.
Off of what?
You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there.
Me neither.
Curious as to what happened with this.
No, please, no more suicide threats. Thank God you don't have that stupid gun anymore.
There are way more inventive ways than a gun to leave this world. There is silence on the other end of the line.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco things. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Why did she say my...
No.
Nope.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers. The white suede.
This is Precinct 57, of course. What?
Yes.
This is...
Lieutenant.
Officer? Yes, hello?
No.
Oh, right. You mean, why did I leave? You know,
You think you hear?
I really don't want to talk about this. Maybe, I don't know. No? What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought no one calls the police. The union would get angry. You know.
Legally,
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent.
Mm-hmm.
Push her further. Show.
The other people who live... You don't live... Please, I just didn't want any... You do? Oh, no, sorry. People don't...
it was someone else. We'll find...
Yeah, go on. Yes, I...
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. He's in plain clothes. There are officers who wear the signature.
Please, you were trying to impress some people with... You were waving at her...
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, I remember this.
No,
There are way more. There is silence.
me neither. No idea. It almost looked like you pawned it. Uniform. I do hope so.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do?
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. just made me want to quit.
Let's do it.
The stuffed bird, the great Skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you... well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Hold on, so...
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about this.
The hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
Sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Please.
The ones I had to rent out of your toilet.
What happened?
Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
Okay, I get it, I wasn't very...
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I'm sure I'm sorry.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
But I spoke to Gab, it seems like he's not doing that.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard. I really do.
Didn't it cause a nightmare?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing, with the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe. Okay, but please don't mess it up.
No.
Please don't take out your gun or something.
What did I sing this idea earlier?
All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Was I singing this one?
Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more that one came on.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Don't worry.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
I know literally nothing about it. I don't know what you're talking
Do you want me to brief you?
about. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Like, just a break saying that.
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
I didn't know.
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
I heard them.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Oh, yeah, I see.
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
You're saying it's
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
What?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful, blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact, part of a murder sex cult.
The wary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Just be a second. Just be a second.
That's commendable. Was there anything else?
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
No.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again?
Now,
There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emergency. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know?
actually,
Good. Yes?
I'm gonna keep trying to do the
Only banal.
Okay. Good save. Yes. If I can fail at 83%, I can succeed at 17 and 8.
Yes?
Only banal.
Come on.
Yes?
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person.
I'll try twice more. Probably 3 times actually, since that gets us up to about 5.
Yes?
Only banal.
Yes?
What if you did it?
The height.
Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
And what has led you to this conclusion? That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass. I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we?
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, excuse me?
I want to work this case alone.
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state.
Yeah, no, I don't think just an observation. I can say it another time anyway. This is making one while I'm talking about myself driving the case. I'm gonna ask him. See if we can get you a little cute.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Yes? Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Oh, better if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You are glad.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is there?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You don't make it sound interesting. Still, no one does.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholier.
You are glad.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Hmm. I don't want to do that. Oh my god, I'd be a total asshole. I don't like physical instruments. Physical instrument that I don't like it. You want to be nice, get out of here. But also,
Yes?
you,
Me?
you.
I don't see how my life is. That's a fact. That's because I'm half sick. It's a part of.
Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Alright, well that's about it. That's about it. Kim at later time. Save over the file. And go deal with the bookstore. Alright, we've done this one. I have to jump back.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
I don't know.
It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Sorry, phrase.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Yeah, it's got some change.
Huh? Oh, No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
Bosses off. That sounds like a bit of rate.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself.
Tell me about this crime.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you.
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
No idea what to do, man. One hanging in the muscle.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy. What?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you holding?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
We had a more water friend than the other.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's a machine.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. Not unless they've legalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Can I get one of those found tracks?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm good for now.
Don't be a stranger.
I'm not the only one who does the two things.
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been here. It looks as if it's been reassembled, piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air, with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who is this? A silver plaque on the statue pedestal reads, I am Felipe the Fifth, the Squanderer, the greatest hope of the Philippian kings of virtue, son of Felipe II, the Obstinate, father of Felipe IV, the Insane. What did this king do?
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know?
No. If I can do it in one go, I'm going to do it in one go. Okay, let's reload and quick saves. For the second single time. I don't have to use skill points to get white checks. I can just be creative.
What did he do? Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
They called it the Solar. It was insane. Oh.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
Okay, what is this nose candy? Drug?
Cocaine.
I'm not a drug.
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
Okay, where is it buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
They restored one.
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant. So funny and unrealistic.
People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Yes?
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel I'm in little because I don't remember anything.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles.
I'm basically completely lacking information about this organization. Can you help?
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
You? Huh. Just crashed on me. Oh, folks. 2 hours to pretty much reach technically a further point than we were before. If it's sadly still not here. That's why there's too much data on my laptop. There's too much running in it. You. Huh. I don't know what I did in those 3 days.
And stay frosty, everyone. Cops are... You here to fuck with us? We're here to fight for a cause. Good. Besides, we're rights of people.
His manner of speaking is wooden. The tone of voice...
Might be time. I don't trust cops. But I can see you understand, though. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed you.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side, indeed.
Pity. Let honest men. We came here to...
I have a question.
What? You think they follow because... When a bunch of beats me.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while he ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated. Silence is the answer. There's something off. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. Main gate's locked, and I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. Huge cemetery, bad. I don't know how. Why don't...
It would be better.
No! They will give up eventually.
Yes?
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though.
A kind of a worm. Content with mere beats me. Gotta be bloody. Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all day. Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with the RCM. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
Psst. Show him your stolen card. Now has arrived the perfect moment.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, police.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of
A kind of a... Gotta be bloody... Personally, we've explained them. A kind of a worm. Beats me. Gotta be bloody... Personally, I'd rather beg... We've explained the matters. Good one. Imagine. You... Psst. Speaking of, what brings... Murder? I don't believe you. It wasn't. I'm doing much better here at the harbor. Being an honest union man with a... Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. Of course.
he didn't do it. It's the truth.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you.
The coin narrowly slips.
I keep doing it because this one's not very fun.
You're hazy on the notion of
A kind of a worm. Beats me. Gotta be bloody. Personally, I'd rather... We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. Good one. Imagine. Psst. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot. Of course, police.
he didn't do it. It's the truth.
Sure thing, my friend. I can...
The coin narrowly slipped.
Someone will shoot for 50%. 50%. Right now, I'm feeling I'm like 25. Was it still took me like 5 tries? That was 70. I'm gonna try that one first.
Scab?
You're hazy.
A kind of a... Beats me. Gotta be bloody stupid. Personally, I'd rather beg. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. Good one. Imagine. Psst. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? Sure thing, my friend. I can...
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Idiot. I'll ask you later.
Scab?
You're hazy.
A kind of a... Beats me. Gotta be bloody... Personally, I'd rather beg. We've explained the matters, but they don't... Good. Imagine.
Psst. Sure.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? Murder, huh? That's... Of course. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way. My friend, I respect the right to roam. I don't operate it. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Sam. Then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Stop. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not. Or you could convert to his Semini. Not yet, no. He's... Jean-Luc himself would say that. Sure. You know.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
A small cabin, then low.
I don't really know, Saint Baptiste.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company. The tear machines.
You need a, feel free to use it if you.
A colorful there, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth.
I'm obliged to inform, the pale, you know. I mean, I already said it. No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like.
You see several. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take.
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult. A colorful.
Again, I'm obliged to.
You see several. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed.
Welcome to Frit.
What's that magazine?
I don't know. Frit a 7. I think they.
The story goes that normal.
You mean this is Popstar?
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. She pops her raspberry flake, her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion meet her in place.
I'm good, you?
The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half smile.
You mean this? This is Popstar.
Looks like it also has something called police.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. No.
We are not the fashion police.
You mean this? This is Popstar.
Looks like it also has something.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. Benita.
We are not the fashion police.
Okay. I don't really know anything. Not. No. I don't know, really.
No need to worry.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I was not gonna mess with anything I did.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are tracked. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath.
So I can't do this. What we'll do then is ask about the conversation first, then ask about the conversation.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Please connect me.
Whittle DD. I may be lurking.
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Just a routine checkup. Never worried about a real bag.
Oh, it's you.
No.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me.
Sure. But can you tell me about myself? Is it right?
Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Yes.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life.
Not remember.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
Not surprised. Okay.
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
Is there anything else?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yes, I want the truth.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Come with the radio.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see.
Alright. So I did the one where I continued that line of questioning that I didn't want to do yesterday, and all it did was get me another quest. Yeah. Could have been told, kind of. Strange shows.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hog René first.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
No, they're playing ball.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never. No, you got this. There's There's the ball. You're the game.
Oh, playing a game.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern in it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrated, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. So
Oh, that's fine. But no. That's fine. But no. We're gonna observe them first.
These manly... No, you got...
Hey, René, you're a man with... See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
Could the objective of the game be to throw the metal ball so it lands by the wooden ball?
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point as possible. Measuring. This must be the age-old game of petanque. Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already.
What?
Doesn't matter what team. Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
Where is your meaning?
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
So now I have to define shoes. So let's do that. Because it looks like that
These manly men know.
See?
Could the objective of the game...
Ah, mon Dieu. I hope you're...
Trying to... Shush. Ignore... Does it matter what team? Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
So that one's physical instruments. So let's put on our better shirt.
Have you not?
René, these manly men are... No, you got this.
Yeah.
There's the ball. You're the game.
See?
Could the object...
Ah, mon Dieu. I hope you're...
Trying. Shush. Does it... Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky. You are immediately... The cold... Already, your muscles... A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you step and embody... Behold the fear. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Is there any way to accurately translate the name?
Hey, or how... It wasn't...
What the hell is your problem?
We tried that, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. Vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull.
No, I understand. I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. You ruined a
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer?
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn bull.
This is a guy, the boss got an hammer murder himself, alright?
Good. Mistakes are forgiven. When men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Not to mention keeping this thing. I'm been happy.
No man can afford got to turn his eyes to the horizon if his rear isn't secured. If the women folk take care of that, then men can tackle the bigger issues.
The RCM doesn't discriminate. Unlike men, they also have to deal with...
I'm glad at least some people keep a level head in these turbulent times. Unfortunately, I don't. In Martin, cop is a...
He doesn't know about the crime.
I'm confident they are indispensable. But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
I guess it's true.
No reason to even feel bad about that. It's just the way of the animal kingdom. Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what that is?
No. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Okay. Why?
Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait.
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose a name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back...
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss. I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. It doesn't. That was 100 years ago. Ain't got nothing to do with anything. Damn Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabineer doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense. He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Right.
Guillaume Le Million.
I've heard this one.
Bad news.
I am game check. So, I think I did the
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at
Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty in concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Stop. Flash.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back up before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
Driving through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Disconnected the case.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the tracks south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went. If you find it.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
What are you doing?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the water picks his skin off. That's the size. You know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Right, bye. Sweet. Apparently I might have knocked off my gun. So let's check on some kind of machine, an antique cash register. Some sort of old woman with flags and she says, "Yay." In the dark, I feel projected far away. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
How much for the street?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says, Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welshie W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel format, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape. Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Yes, buy something nice, a figurine. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, Royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's making people help in the week, dude. Bitch, me.
Maybe.
You see rows of toy soldiers. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
What's this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Yeah?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
I wonder what's happening anymore.
You see rows of toy soldiers.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no...
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her summon.
Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any question. I do my best to keep my...
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is...
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes. Guess what's yours?
Sorry, cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
What are the other cop?
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
The other cop then?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Oh, my God.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Okay. He definitely is.
Hello again.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Navin Hater 123. Kano Navin Day.
Hello?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
No, I'm just curious.
I've had to take it.
Navin Hater
You know,
123.
Since the People's
In
Pile
BC
cleanup,
case you wanna chat.
I was with the Emergency Relief
Probably
Brigade.
by in a little bit.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
What's it called?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Navin Hater 123. Is this person actually Namr Encyclopedia?
Yeah.
Navin Hater 123. Named asterisk.
Yeah. It's like a wood inside a pan.
We were an all-volunteer force,
They have
self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying
Navin
to
Hater
do
123.
something to help out.
That's bleeping stupid.
There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
It's been tough. Radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no
Navin
one has
Hater
tried to
123.
repair or replace the
I
pile.
have a hard time hearing you. Can you try talking again?
It's probably because my microphone is all the way here. Like, right down here. Because it's the closest thing I can do to, like, actually speak without having to shout.
So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Navin Hater 123. Your mic is mutilating your voice.
Yeah. Because it's pretty far away from me. Whose fault was it?
No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best.
Breaking my voice.
What do you think is going to happen?
One of the reasons I'm not actually in the voice chat, I can't. It's like, it goes for a second and then it stops.
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it.
Navin Hater 123. Can you just wear the mic on your headset around your neck?
Not really. That might be too much to hear. Because that would require me to use my headphones, which are a little bit problematic. Because they, if I do that and I set it to a microphone, it doesn't actually work. It gets weird. And if I set it to headphones, then the audio is weird for me because I can't hear from this side.
So I came to Martinez.
Navin Hater 123.
People told me don't go there.
Your voice
It's a
sounded better
shithole.
when the fan noise
I
got in.
said, people, we just had a nuclear power meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Fallberg as I can. Still in the same city.
Okay, this is good. I'm messing around with the decibels. But I can't tell if it's too loud.
Navin Hater 123.
Okay.
Yet it sounds better.
Does that? Apparently it's just going red for me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in there about vortices, man.
You said you'd done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Go ahead, then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care. He won't be your man, but he won't be thrilled about this supply.
Here you go, man.
Yes, buddy. That's the coalition government campaign. Straight into your guts.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
Alright, so I can take it, no problem. Oh, okay, it's auto saving anyway. Alright, let's go talk to the little shits by the hanging tree and punch a 12-year-old in the face, because apparently that's the good thing to do. And also get my gun back from his friend? This is... I had such a little chance to let's swap into our combat thing. I mean, interfacing or electrochemistry? Let's stick with electrochemistry.
Navin Hater 123. Welcome everyone to Let's Play Discord Asylum featuring Fanism. Navin Hater 123. Smiley face.
Alright.
Kudos, got this.
putting that in the caption.
Shits himself? The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kid, what you would do? Alright. Let's get every conversation. Gee, what are you?
Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
Cool question.
Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
You know about it.
What's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to resurrect him,
Do you know who he was? You don't know anything.
All kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make it probably climbed.
It's happening.
My school.
There is no night city anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some.
Why you gotta be? You wanna know where? Tell him that. It's not fucking name. That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
I couldn't stop laughing at all when I listened to this conversation.
At least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later.
Just a couple of. Yeah, you tell.
Looks like you're a vagabond now. Whatever that means.
Oh, that's why they have it blocked out, because it's streamer mode.
You're testing Kuno's patience here. Get lost. Right, pig. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Here's Juno.
It's always Kuno, never I.
Kuno doesn't do that. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book. Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to get help. Pig's got help. He's got the Kuno help.
Just answer the question.
He's sticking his dick out. Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out. You're afraid. Pig's in aim, Kuno. Somebody, please.
How did we get here? How did this happen?
Alright.
This makes no sense. They may still be around. Just the mood is.
What happens if I fail? Oh.
You didn't shut it down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target.
Reload! We're gonna go through all again, over again, to punch a 12-year-old in the face, because that's apparently the right thing to do, because getting it wrong makes me a prison bitch. And apparently lowers my chances of talking out this kid's problems. So, now I have to go successfully punch a kid in the face. Don't try this at home. Bad idea. Is anything else more physical instrument? No.
Navin Hater 123. Plus yeah, punch him.
Juicy what? That's a question for you. Who's cute? There's the question. Alright, here's what I did. I haven't. No, wait.
This makes no sense. They may still be around. Just the mood is reason.
He's flashing Kuno. He's showing his genitals. If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late.
Oh, come on. you know, I'm gonna finish the dialogue and see if it gets me negative.
Didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down.
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe Pig. Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now. Fuck your shoulder, fuck your knee, fuck your fat body up.
Man. So you good.
This is turning into a farce.
Kuno's just gonna beat the shit out of you again.
I told you not to tempt such forces.
Ooh, I got an achievement. That's my first achievement this whole game. And it's my second time trying to pull through this build. Oh damn. So, apparently there is some kind of affect metric with Kim, but I can't figure it out, so I don't get to see it. I just have to assume, if I fail to punch, I don't get it. Interesting. This is questions. Challenging. Get in the face. Oh my god.
Kuno feels it. This was no light tap.
You made me do this. You did this to yourself.
For heaven's sake, Fitz, this has gone too far. Don't
Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor.
Okay, Pig, talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want?
Alright. Let's take this one for a simple one. I may just my strength will be used. Damn it, but she's the one who had my gun. So I just punched a kid in the face, and that was the correct thing to do, but my partner didn't appreciate it. But I had no choice, man. I'm sorry, kid. I wouldn't normally punch a kid in the face, but you have to speak the language to parlay with the captain. Alright, that means I should do everything. Converse with me, child. Child, converse with me. I don't have a choice now. Okay, I might have a small choice, but the chances go way down. And then hey, can you flip him up?
This trash container is locked. The sliding, there's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the base, but still. Just a trash container. There is no such thing.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelict from floating. Be evidence to it. What do you mean, I agree. We should get someone from the North Field Division.
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the North Field Division is.
It might also be evidence. The mob could have disposed of something. We should get it in. We could try using it right now. One or two from the motor carriage.
Oh, good boy.
Or we could ask for it from the management.
He might also have information. This is better than
I do still have everything, right? I do. Alright. Save. Alright. I didn't want everyone killed. Alright, try to think. You.
It's not cool.
Thank you.
It's coolness.
still here, Dave. What's the language she uses? What paper? Yeah, read it. Yeah. Should be straight. Jesus. Straight. I wish you dripping wet. Ow. What about your parents? Why is she called Kim West then? She's a fucking yandere. How are you doing about this? I'm doing the empathy check again, I'll do it. I respect that. Business? Alright, so once you do this, they really do know the thing.
Looks like
Did I talk to you about the gun?
Navin Hater 123. Group playing with randoms on Monster Hunter and they all had died on me. On a quest I did solo deathless.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Oh, you get plus 10 at Kuno Challenge. Later.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned. Let's take a look inside.
Alright, now I do all the investigation things here and find my jacket. See if I have to take off my pants and my shirt.
Be still, my beating heart. The lieutenant isn't studying the power. There's a good vein lane to ask where he stands on problems. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there?
I remember all this. Poster. Big head. What? Wait. Did I already discover the bag? Yes, I did. Just give me the points. Okay. I want the jacket. Now this is where if you jump, I assume you go right down there.
Looks like someone left this time.
Alright, continue.
You look like you've done some track and field.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineering interest and the one of a 6-year-old seeing it for the first time.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement for engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on the cloak. What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information, or it could be that we are just exploring.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well, it...
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows?
Take off my shoes. Save.
A tarpaulin cloak is still called already. No one has claimed it for their own.
I want to see what happens if I fail this.
No, no, that's still too low. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. You've climbed way too high. You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing now. This was important.
Hey, what happened? I understand. You can always call me. Let's just talk about it.
Alright. Still not doing it yet. Okay, so that's one of the exit doors. So I have to increase that skill. I believe that's when I last took it. Now let's go try to Kuno and blow everyone's mind with their stupid words. Talk to Kuno. Understand. Those with the pig head. Too big. I liked it. I got this one too. This one. It's shit.
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself? This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there. Fuck you, shit, that's
Yeah, boy.
Bet you'd like to ride one like that too, wouldn't you? You feel it's
a vitamin?
You could use it.
Yeah, it's the... Don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
shit, that's an order, lol.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that. Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying that. Yet, that conclusively explains how it could.
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the double wood? Not for you, pig. Kuno can't wait to see you shit.
That's all there is to it. Don't be pansy. Just jump.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about Kuno doesn't fuck.
I want to do a proper save. Just in case cutting down the body is the wrong choice.
You see, the cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle.
Active decay. It's okay to throw it, officer.
Jared. I feel like hopping over that fence is easier. Alright, see if I can do a physical jump. Savoir-faire. Is that like faculties? It's composure. It's physical composure. Self-awareness. No making. Self-knowledge. There, but I don't like that it takes some footing before we get there.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one's claimed it for their own.
Alright, that's a big number. I need to get savoir-faire. Down with my own music. I just rotated my shoulder that much. I can't force my chest to do it. There's no do that. Nope.
There are several footprints left by workmates, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs in route.
What kind of
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
So the next question. Alright. So, thank you for watching. That was my dinner call. See you suckers.